Burkina Faso, these are amazing brothers. These amazing revolutionary military leaders, they call them dictators. They are leaders, okay? They accuse Ukraine of supporting rebels and they joined together, okay? They came together and then wrote a letter to report, or let me say, send a message to the UN, that is United Nation, about Ukraine. So that's your brother. Your brother came and then misbehave, all right? Support terrorism in our country. So or in our region. So they send a message to them. They should take it. Guys, the Sahel is not joking, okay? The best feeling is that we are witnessing this with our physical eye. Nobody is coming to tell us what it is. We should tell our children this development that we are witnessing today, and it's amazing. Now, let's get back on track and then get to the details of the letter. The military leader of Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, they have sent a letter to the United Nations Security Council accusing Ukraine of helping rebels group in West Africa Sahel region. Okay, the information is coming from Mali's foreign ministry. Yeah. Now, but why send the letter to UN? Okay. Now, the letter is practically in relation to the recent attack in Mali, in northern Mali, which resulted the death of many soldiers on both sides, Mali and the Wagner PMC. You know what happened, the Tuareg group and all that. And after this attack, the dispute started after a spokesperson for Ukraine's military intelligence made comment about the attack by the so-called Tuareg in northern Mali. This battle, what that happened in Mali took place in July. It was a solid 3-day battle between common rebel group and a trained military personnel, and a lot of lives were lost on both sides. Just after the attack, in an interview with Ukrainian media, the spokesperson Andriy Yusuf, I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it well, that's the guy there, he said that the rebels had received all the information they needed to carry out a successful military operation against Russian war criminals. That is according to his word. He referred to them as Russia war, and I don't understand the reason why they are making the whole thing look like the fight was against the Russia war, the Russia PMC, Wagner, without thinking about the poor Malians who lost their life. Okay, now the amazing thing and shocking issue is that after the incident, UN have not commented, AU, African Union have not commented, ECOWAS, economic community of West African states have not commented, EU, European Union have not commented. None of them, all of them were quiet. So on the case of African Union and ECOWAS, it is clear now that both are the enemy hanging around Africa. They are practically white men in black skin. Guys, let's do some analysis. I've been telling you that before Africa can be free, we need to take away the devices that is responding to the command of the West. Now, this is a remote. Okay, we are going to get into the detail, but let's get this straight. All right, this is remote. This is light, guys. Now, if I want to control this remote, people, it simply means if I want to use this remote to control the light, rather, forgive me, my bad. It simply means that there should be a device in this particular light. It's light, okay? It's those light that they've been selling. I use it to do content. Now, if I want to control this light with this remote, there should be a device in this particular light responding to this remote. Okay, so if that device is in here, then I press any part of this remote, it should be able to respond to the command. So if this light should operate without the command of this remote, that device in this light needs to be removed, the device that is responding to the command. And in Africa today, the command medium, the medium that is responding to the command of the West is African Union, and these guys respond to things that they are not supposed to respond to and keep quiet to things they are supposed to respond to. This has been their attitude, you understand? And so it is clear that these guys are the enemy of Africa. As we are talking right now, they are planning to go after the Sahel, as we are speaking right now. But when these things are happening here, they are not talking about it. They didn't comment and say anything about what is happening in Mali. They are only interested in restoring democracy. You understand? A lot of things are happening across the continent of Africa. Go to Togo and see dictatorship. Go to Cameroon and see dictatorship. Go to all these places, and a whole lot of things are happening. These people, they have not added their voice to those things. So it's like they are in support of a system that will protect their interest and protect the interest of the enemy, and so that the enemy can continue to loot Africa. So they have not commented, and then everybody is quiet, from the AU all the way to the UN and then the ECOWAS. So the Sahel nations, they have decided to send letters to them, since all of them are quiet, starting from the UN. So they say, okay, since all of you are quiet, let's start sending them a message. So they send a message to UN, United Nations. So in their letter, these three revolutionary nations explain that Ukraine is openly supporting, terrorism. I don't want to mention some word. This platform is not for us. Africans, we should build our platform and then invite us to come and talk about Africa. So they are supporting, so the terrorism, that's it. So especially in the Sahel region. And they ask the UN to take action against Ukraine and to stop activities, so that Ukraine will stop activities that could harm the stability of their region and the entire continent. All right. So the letter was written on August 19th and shared with the 15-member Security Council the next day. Okay. So it was posted on the Malian Foreign Ministry social media. When you go there, you are going to see it. Now, before you accuse someone's involvement in whatsoever you accusing them of, you first of all need a proof. What is the proof of Mali? Mali's military government took the statement by Ukraine, their representative, that guy that made a statement, whatever you see. The statement of that guy in regards to the attack as a proof that Ukraine was directly involved in the conflict, and they accuse Ukraine of supporting the attack, or let me say the group. And currently, as we are speaking, I know many of you know, for the sake of those who don't know, Mali cut all diplomatic ties with Ukraine in early August, and Niger did the same shortly after. Burkina Faso, somebody will ask why. Burkina Faso also supported this action, because you have to first of all understand that these countries are bound by a defense agreement signed last year. You know it already. You understand? They signed a pact, a defense pact. So, which means that when you come against Mali, you must prepare to battle three people. You go against Niger, be ready to match up with Mali and Burkina Faso. So that is what actually, to me, that this is what we need in Africa. All right, this is what we need in Africa. One Africa, one military, one policy, one language, one people. You're coming to make deal with Nigeria. You have one policy to deal with. You're coming to sign a deal with Ghana. You have same policy to deal with. One policy for the whole of Africa and one voice for all of us. All right. So somebody will be asking, Ukraine, there is accusation. They are accusing you. So what is Ukraine saying about all these things? What they say is that Ukraine regretted. They say they have regretted Mali's and Niger's decision to cut ties and call them short-sighted and hasty. I mean, they are short-sighted. They did not investigate. That is what they pull out. So the Ukrainian government has repeatedly denied these accusations. It's obvious, guys. Now, since Ukraine is denying, let's investigate from the Tuareg group who actually launched the attack on the Malian group. If they say it's a Tuareg group, let's investigate. Investigation going on, surprisingly and obviously, the Tuareg group also have denied receiving any support from Ukraine. However, you see, we know better. A Western security source reported that there have been contact between Ukrainian military officials and Malian separatists, that is the Tuareg. Okay, but it is unclear the type of support Ukraine may have offered this Tuareg group. We don't know. But everything is just hanging around the statement made by this guy. So the source also said that there are no Ukrainian forces on the battleground. The battle took place in northern part of Mali for solid 3 days. And when they are saying Ukrainians are not on board on the ground, you and I should know better, because it doesn't make any sense, guys. I'm saying it again, as I said it in my previous video. It doesn't make any sense. I know you guys are smart. That a common rebel, okay, who engage a trained military personnel like the Wagner, and you know, when you mention their name, YouTube think that you are Russia state-owned media. Yeah, so just understand me like that. Respect. So how can common rebel be able to engage professional military in 3-day battle and was able to claim victory over them? It doesn't make any sense. But the letter is gone. Is the UN going to do anything about it? There is another concern. An international relation lawyer in an interview with Radio France International, he said, and I quote, "The UN Security Council does not have the power to settle disputes between countries." Now, to take legal actions, the three West African nations will need to go to international courts. So, according to him, the letter sent to the UN is practically useless. They're not going to do anything about it because they don't have the power to settle disputes between countries. But I want to ask the question. So they have power to go and then be causing war in country. They can cause fight between people, but they cannot, set disputes between people. It doesn't make any sense. This guy's a hypocrite, yeah? So currently as we are speaking, forgive me guys, currently as we are speaking, UN has not yet replied to the letter. And they have not said anything. All of them, they are all still quiet. And we are waiting for them to hear their reply. And I'm going to follow into detail and be able to update you with the reply. But I want to ask you guys, what do you make of this action by our Sahel nations? Launch your comment respectfully. And don't forget to subscribe to support us. Okay, support us. Just subscribe and then hit the like button so that the video can be pushed to the rest of the people. So everybody can be awake to what is going on. I'm going to keep you updated always. Respect.